Shalom uvracha, blessing and peace to all of our viewers and friends. My name is Uri Harel, and in the next few minutes, I will share with you some amazing nuggets of information about the Hebrew language. This program and the ones to follow are not intended to make you into a Hebrew scholar or even teach you how to converse with your taxi driver on your next visit to Israel. My intention is to open for you new doors of understanding into this fascinating and exciting mode of communication between God and His people. I'm hoping that knowing something about Hebrew will lead to a better understanding of God's Word and a better appreciation for the children of Israel, the chosen people, who have guarded His Word with excellence in the original Hebrew form for 3,500 years to this very day. In previous programs, I described to you what the Hebrew letters are, and I described the Hebrew letters and how they are put together with simple elements and how the graphical shape of the Hebrew letter comes to play. But today what I want to do is teach you how to read Hebrew in a few minutes. And you'll see how easy this is. Now, in order to read, you need two elements. You need letters and you need vowels. Now, in English, the vowels are letters. So we have A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Those are the vowels in the English letters. Now, in Hebrew, all of the letters are consonants. All of the Hebrew letters are consonants, which means they're all letters. They're all used as letters. Sometimes there are a few letters that are used to help as a helper, but in general, they're all consonants, and the Hebrew letters do not come as vowels. So we have another system. We call it the Hebrew sound system. And that sound system is the Hebrew vowels, which is constructed in a different way than the English. In Hebrew, the vowels are little symbols. And those symbols will go above, underneath, or in the middle of each letter. And that will tell you, this little symbol will tell us exactly how to pronounce the letter. So if you know the letters, and you know the vowels, which in a minute I'll present it to you. There are very few of them. You put this together and you can read Hebrew. Now, of course, if you read Hebrew, you cannot understand everything you say right from the start because this is just reading, and then you have to build up your vocabulary and to understand. But the first step in order to get into the Hebrew language would be recognizing the Hebrew letters, knowing what the vowels are, putting these two together, and here it is, ready-made. You can read with no problem, and you can pronounce it properly because of the vowels. So let me show you how it works. I'm going to go to the board, and I'm going to show you how this whole thing works. It's an ingenious system that tells us exactly how to read the Hebrew letters. This is the entirety of the Hebrew sound system. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clusters of vowels. There are more like 14 of them. You can see that some of them would come in two forms and all of that. But if you know that basic 6, you can read Hebrew with no problem. And let me show you how it works. If I put the letter M right here and ask you to read it, you will not be able to read it because the letter M is a symbol that depicts the letter M. It doesn't have a sound. The sound would come with a vowel. I need to put a vowel. If I put the letter O here, that will be mo. If I put another vowel there, there will be a different sound. But the letter by itself doesn't have a sound. Now, what if I had a system that will show you exactly how to pronounce that letter? It will give it a sound. Here is the letter M again. But this time I'm going to use the vowel that in the Hebrew tells you that this is an A sound. So I'm going to take that vowel and I'm going to put it right underneath the letter M. Now I have the letter M with an A vowel. That tells me that to read the letter M with this vowel, I will have to have this. This is the only outcome of this. It's going to be ma. If I put the letter T right here, and I put that vowel underneath, that will be, the sound will come out as ta. So this is the simple principle that all of the vowels work. This is how it works, and this is how you read Hebrew. So now let's take a Hebrew letter. Let's say the letter Aleph, which is drawn this way. If this is the universe, the letter Aleph resides inside this universe, the slanted line, the small line on the back, and the small line in the front. This is the letter Aleph. Remember that the letter Aleph depicts one of the characteristics of God, which is the mastery, number one. So the letter Aleph represents the idea that God is everywhere and everything is God. And you can see that there is access to all of the parts of this little universe that I drew out here. All of these parts are accessible from all directions. But the letter Aleph fills the space. So it works both ways. So here is the letter Aleph. And I'm going to take that vowel and I'm going to put it underneath that letter. Now what do I have here? I have the sound Ah. So this is the sound Ah that was created in a combination with the letter Aleph and the vowel Ah. Now those of you who are interested in learning this and you want to copy this, all you have to do is copy the top where the vowels are. And we'll have the camera pan closer to it from time to time so you can actually copy it from the board and keep it and see how you can learn that on your own after we're done here today. So here's the letter Aleph. Let's take another letter. We'll take the letter Bet. Here's the letter Bet. We'll put a dot in the middle, so it will become a B sound. And we'll put the vowel Ah underneath. So the Bet with the vowel of a sound Ah will give me Ba. So that will equal Ba. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand the simple way of telling us exactly how to read the Hebrew letters. Each one of the letters would come with a vowel, and that vowel will tell us exactly what the sound of this letter is. So basically, this is how to read Hebrew. So in less than 5 minutes, I gave you the principle of how to read Hebrew. All you have to do is to learn how to recognize the 22 Hebrew letters and recognize those 6 clusters of vowels. And this will give you the reading ability in Hebrew. And what it would do for you? you'll be able to go to a dictionary or go to a book that will deal with biblical things. You'll be able to read the Hebrew and see better what it is that the passage or the word that you're looking for is. It will give you a tool, and it's simple to acquire. It is not hard to acquire the tool of how to read Hebrew. So I'm going to do my best today to show you the sound system. And if you recall, in previous program, we showed you the alphabet sequence, all of the Hebrew letters. You put these two together, and you have the ability to read Hebrew. So let me continue here. I'll make some room. This is the sound A. How about the next sound? The next sound is A. And the sound, let me just say about the sound A, give you a few examples. Here is Adam, A, Aleph with an A sound, Da, Daled with an A sound, and the letter Mem, ending Mem, and that's Adam. A, Da, M. It's simple enough. And here is his wife, Chava. Chet, the letter Chet with an A sound, the letter Vav with an A sound, and the letter He as an ending letter. Adam and Chava, Adam and Eve. So you can see that they are containing the A sound. Here is another one for you. The guy in the middle. The guy in the middle is the snake. And in Hebrew, a snake is Nachash. Nun with an A sound. Chet with an A sound. And the letter Shin. Nachash. So the Nachash is made of 3 letters, where here you can see the vowels. You can see the vowels Nun with an A sound, Chet with an A sound, and the letter Shin, Nachash, which is the snake. This is just an example how the vowels create the reading, help you to read, how the sound system works. Let's take another example. And the example is the second vowel, which is A. It creates the sound of A. So here it is. We have the letter Aleph that we already recognize, letter Aleph. And of course, all of this is going from right to left. And the story about why we're going right to left in Hebrew versus left to right in English, there are many stories about that, but one that I like is the story about in ancient times, people used to carve the stone. So they used to carve the stone holding the hammer in the right hand and carving into the stone going from right to left. And then they invented the ink and the papyrus, and they started writing instead of right to left, because if you write right to left and the ink is not fast drying like today, and your hand is going to smear the ink. So they had to switch sides so they can write and let the ink dry while they're writing. So here it is, you're writing left to right, and this is how English and all the other languages that write that way developed. But the ancient language of Hebrew is written right to left. So you remember that. Here is the letter Aleph, which we already recognize. And let's take the vowel A. If we put this here, we'll get an A. If we take the letter M and we put this in, we'll get Me. If we take the letter T and we put this vowel in, we'll get Te. If we take the letter Z and we put this vowel in, we'll get ze. So you can see the principle. The principle is this vowel tells you that each letter that will come, this vowel will come underneath, will come with an e sound. Whether it's a me or a te or a ze, they all come with that, that vowel. If I take the second letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and it's the letter bet, and that's how it's written. The letter bet with this vowel, either this or this, either this or this, this vowel is the be. And if you take the third letter of the alphabet, it's a gimel with this vowel, you'll get ge. So this vowel creates the sound of e, and every letter that comes with it would be the letter with an e sound. It's simple enough to understand. Let's try another one. But now you can see what I said about recognizing the Hebrew letters and recognizing the vowels, putting those two together. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. You can read. Here is the third vowel that I want to show you, is the vowel that makes the E sound. So here is the letter T. I put this vowel underneath, and I get an E, T. Okay, here's the T with an E sound, T. If I put an M with the E sound on it, underneath it, I'll get me. If I get the letter B, I'll get B. If I put the letter A, I'll get E. So this one little dot underneath the letter makes an E sound. Let's take Hebrew letters. Let's take the Aleph, which we already know. Here is your Aleph. And I put that vowel underneath, the E vowel. What do I get? E. If I take the letter Bet, with this vowel underneath, what do I get? B. So E, B. Let me put the third letter of the alphabet, which is the Gimel, and I put that vowel underneath. It's a Gi, and so forth. So that's how it works. Sometimes the E vowel will come with the letter Yud, which is the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And that letter, in some instances, would duplicate a vowel. It will tell you how to read. And that is mainly because in modern Hebrew, we don't use the vowels. We use Hebrew straight. So sometimes we need to tell you if it's an E sound or something else. So the Yud and the Vav, which is the 6th letter of the alphabet, the Vav, are used in that manner to help you as vowels, because we don't use the vowels anymore, only for learning purposes. So here is the fourth sound. Here is the fourth sound of the Hebrew letters, of the Hebrew vowels, which is O, the O sound. The O sound comes with a dot on top. And sometimes it would come with the letter Vav, which is the 6th letter of the alphabet. And as I said, that's kind of a helper. So sometimes it will come with a Vav, sometimes without, but the dot on top will tell you that this is an O sound. So if I put the letter B with a dot on top, that will be Bo. If I put the letter T with a dot on top, that will be To. If I put the letter M with a dot on top, that will be Mo, and so on. So it's easy to understand. Here is the Hebrew letters. The Hebrew letter is Aleph. The first Hebrew letter is Aleph. And if I put a dot on top, or a dot with the letter Vav with it, the sixth letter of the alphabet, I get O. If I put the letter Bet with the dot on top, I get Bo. If I put the letter Gimel with a dot on top, I get Go. And so on and so forth. Here is another vowel, which is an U vowel. The U vowel is a dot in the middle of a Vav next to the letter, or three diagonal dots underneath. That's an U. The last one that I want to show you here is the like in bug. In the word bug, that will be the sound. So we take the letter Bet, like the first letter of the Torah. It's the letter Bet, and with this vowel is B. That's the way it was depicted in the text of the Bible, and the letter Bet with this vowel is B. So I showed you here the entire sound system of the Hebrew alphabet, and that is the way it works. If you know this and you know the letters, you are able to read Hebrew. And this is the whole story from beginning to end. And I have some examples here. For the letter A, we have words like Geshem, which is rain. Geshem is rain. And let me make some room here. Just visually, so you can see how these words are written. Here is Geshem. Here is the word for rain. Another word is Sefer, book. Here is Sefer. Here is the sound of A, Sefer, book. Here is Shemen, oil. Shemen is a sheen. Mem. A sound, shemen, which is oil. So you can see how these play. For E sound, we have Ish. And Ish is a man. Ish is a man. And it has the E sound underneath. That's Ish. If we want an example for the O sound, that's Torah. To, that's an O sound. And Ra, the letter Resh with the A sound. So Torah, or words like Moshe. The O sound on the Mem, and the Shin has an A sound, Moshe. Okay? So we covered the A, the A, the E, the O, the U, and in U we have words like Gur, which is a lion's cub, Gur. So you have the Gimel and the Vav and the dot in the middle. That is the U combination, and the Resh, the letter Resh for R. Here is the Gimel, the G-U-R. Gur is the lion's cub. Okay, and then we have the sound in words like Avraham. We have Avraham. That's a long word for you, but you can see the A, the B, and then the A sound, Ra, and Ha. So the sound here is the sound for the bet. And this is basically the entire vowel system that I managed to give you in a few minutes. And this will definitely be a tool that will help you to read Hebrew. Now, if you didn't catch it today in this program, at least you get an idea of what this is about. You have letters, you have small symbols for vowels, and you put those two together and you can read. Now, if you do some research and you go get a book or something to help you how to do this, that will be simple for you now because you saw the principle behind it. And the principle is you put those two together. You get little dots that tells you exactly how to read the letter. And this is the beauty and the simplicity of the Hebrew letters and the Hebrew sound system. Thank you for joining us in learning something about Hebrew today. I hope that this program will motivate you to continue in your quest for more knowledge and understanding of God's Word. I would like to invite you to visit our website at musicfromgod.com, musicfromgod.com, to explore some of our products and Hebrew learning aids. When you visit our Music from God website, please sign up for our free, informative newsletter. Just mention that you heard about us on GLC, and we will send you a small gift as our way of saying thank you for your support. Learning Hebrew is fun and rewarding. Just come visit us on musicfromgod.com or call us on 602-48-BIBLE, 602-48-BIBLE. See you again soon, and shalom.